What's up, guys? I'm Daniel, here with Benchviews Sports at the Borders facility. To the right of me, I've got Premier League and Chelsea legend, Joe Cole.
Nice to see you.
If you saw what that man is doing on the pitch today, you would be asking, why are you still not playing? What's going on? Joe, how are you enjoying the facility?
Mate, it's fantastic, it really is. You know, my kids couldn't come today because they had a school and had a play tonight, but it's great for kids and for adults as well. Do you know what I mean? Like if you've got like a little, you want to have a little party, your Christmas do, your company or something like that, you'll have a great time.
What is the most impressive thing or your favourite thing about the facility?
I love the pitch, and when they're gonna have the screen up. So when all the kids, that's what they love. They score a goal, replay the goal, and then get it sent to them. Like it's fantastic. I can only see this growing bigger. So
100%, especially when you go down the tunnel, all the roaring. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it gives you an experience. You know what I mean?
There's a viral clip of you a couple of weeks ago. Cheeky little dink over Big G. Yeah,
I love Big G. I just had to dink him. Do you know what I mean? I looked, he was off his line. I just thought, I've got to dink him. Do you know what I mean? And listen, I love playing football, and I'm going to play on as long as I can. Every morning after a game, I wake up and think, oh, never again, because I feel so sore. Which always brings you back in. It's the love of the game. Like
the way you done it though, it was so like effortless. Just touch, dink. It's like, I'm gonna go have a coffee now. I'm gonna sit down, knees up. Yeah.
Do you know what? Right? Do you know what? It was like friendly game for charity, but it's still scoring a goal. It feels, especially a goal, because it's because of when you score a goal like that, which is like a beautiful goal. It just feels good. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think. I try and explain, like I was driving my missus mad afterwards saying I scored this goal, and she's like, yeah, all right, you know what I mean? So, but you don't understand it. It feels so good when you do something like that, So
that's so beautiful. Someone who's played at the highest level, scored at a World Cup, and you still have the same energy, same essence. That's lovely to hear. Joe, you grew up you played in the Lily White setup. It's an older setup,
right?
And you were a wonder kid. What was the difference that made you get to the top and stay at that level?
Lily White setup. What's that? I don't.
Well, the Lily.
That.
It's England schoolboys.
Oh. So, I didn't know it was called that.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I botched it.
No. I was like.
England schoolboys.
The difference between these lads now and our era playing and developing is the way that we play now. The system's right to produce players like Foden, Saka, Sterling, Maddison, dribblers, people who can handle the ball in all areas of the pitch. John Stones, like all these players are coming through because the system's right. So, but where we was growing up, the system wasn't right. We didn't play football the right way. So all these great players that was in our era, they come through despite the system. Like they were going to be diamonds, like your Steven Gerrards, your Wayne Rooney's, and people like that. But the system's ready now. There's more street football, the cages, the AstroTurfs all around the country. The fact that we're exposed to better coaching from younger age kids, I think it's why we're going in the right direction. And it can only be a matter of time before we start winning tournaments. The lads have done so well. But I'd love to get in a time machine and playing on these pitches with these players. I think, and fantastic.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
What do you think is the next step for Chelsea? Do you think Pochettino's the man? Do you think you guys can get top 4 next season?
I do. I mean, it's been very difficult for the club, because we've gone from a period of immense success. Established club at the top table of European football, and then the owner leaves in the circumstances he leaves, and then a cascades, lots of people leave the club who played important roles behind the scenes. Maybe you wouldn't even know their names, and then the new guys come in with new ideas, and you're trying to sort of, as the building's being knocked down, you're trying to rebuild the building. Well, they'd have been better off going right. Let's start again. So, but they didn't. They went through the system of buying the young players, and we're just now seeing the signs where they're really gelling. So I think Pochettino was brought in because he works with young players.
Yeah.
He's a He brings people together.
Good man manager.
Good man manager. He's proven that in the past. So you definitely need to stick with him. I think my advice to Chelsea, two things, I won't charge them. They can listen or they can not listen. They must keep Conor Gallagher, and the other academy boys. I know there'll be some kind of financial constraints where people like Lewis Hall coming back from Newcastle. Yeah. I'm sure he's still on loan. I might get that wrong, but bringing him back. Trevor Chalobah, I think, has done very, very well in recent weeks. These kids are the lifeblood of the academy. They know what it is to, and they're so important. And everyone will be, patting each other on the back with Chelsea about how well they've played, and they've been brilliant the last 8 weeks. And lots of players have started to come into their own. But you have to remember, in the difficult times, who were the players turning to? Yeah. It was Conor Gallagher. So you cannot leave these players have to stay within the club, and then they have to add experience to help the young players that we've got even more. The Chukwuemekas, Maduakis, the Cole Palmers. Don't underestimate the benefit of having good, experienced players around them. Even if you're bringing players in that you're not expecting to play, they might be squad players, but they can set the tone in the dressing room, something that the club have lost, and that will in turn, it would help them develop and continue to develop and become the players that they can all become. But there's still work to be done. Okay,
I've got a question about a comparison. So for me, watching you, I always have this comparison of Phil Foden. Who do you see as someone that replicates your game or plays similar to you in today's game?
Listen, I'm a big admirer of Phil. I think he's one of the best players in the world. I love watching him play. He plays with a freedom and a joy, and like you couldn't have put him in a better environment. If you said we had this talent and he's born somewhere in England, where would you want him to go to develop and learn? You'd want him to go to Manchester City, who are on the up. You go, right, I think, we'd like to pick Pep Guardiola because he's worked with players like that, put him in there. We'd like to maybe have a David Silva and a Kevin De Bruyne, just a few years older than he could learn from. So see that all of them elements of coming into his game. So he's got better and better and better. And I think he's been Player of the Year this year. Yeah. And absolutely love it.
I was just about to ask, who should be the PFA Player of the Year?
Yeah. That's mine, actually. Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
Who's that? Who do I think should be the PFA Player of the Year? Phil Foden.
Phil Foden.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of other candidates. Declan Rice.
Oh, good shout.
Declan Rice is other candidates. I think there's an Rodri, yeah. I think there's an outside shout as well. Now, this is really off-piece. If you're asking me for someone who I think who has really come on and continued to improve, Ollie Watkins. I think what he's done at Villa, leading the line at Villa, they've got into the Champions League. Yeah. So that's incredible.
And he's got double-digit goals and assists.
Amount of players we've got who've putting up numbers in these is fantastic. So, we're in a good position.
Okay. England going to the Euros this summer. I want a wild card pick, a player that is not on people's minds, but may deserve to be on the plane.
For England?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a good shout. Not on people's minds, but may deserve to be on the plane. That is a fantastic shout.
Zamora said Dunk, just to give you a little...
Yeah. Dunk has done well. It's a hard one because there's everyone talks about everyone. There's no one set in stone. That's so. Do you know what? I'm gonna go with. He's on people's mind, but he's on the periphery. Anthony Gordon, I think, should go because you've got to think of when you're doing with England, you're picking players. You have to think of, like, first of all, maybe the next tournament and the next tournament, and then you think of characters who are going to want to be there, who are going to fight. They might only play 15 minutes. Like, say you're playing against someone. And Anthony Gordon, it's a quarter-final. He hasn't played the whole tournament, but he's trained hard and he's still fit and he's hungry and he's itching. And the right backs, he's a bit susceptible to a dribbler and he's tired and it goes into extra time. He gives you something different. Do you know what I mean? So Gareth will he'll think of things like that. But I like Anthony Gordon.
Okay, thank you very much, Joe. This has been a great interview. Appreciate it so much.
My pleasure. Enjoyed it.